Hi, Dream Achievers. Wanted to make you a little message about how I pack and organize and take things to my party. So I want to go ahead and show you all my supplies and just help you get organized. First of all, I take the roll-up bag and the starter kit bag together. I carry them in one hand, and then my other hand may have my cell phone in it or nothing. I don't carry my purse in to the party. I always lock that in my trunk, and I just carry my key fob. If I have pockets on my beauty coat, I put my keys in my pocket, and if I don't, then I always put them in this flap right here, so I don't have to worry about my purse being an extra item I have to keep up with at the party. So car key goes in here, or it goes in my beauty coat pocket right here. Okay, let's look at the roll-up bag first. The roll-up bags, this is how I'm organizing it. Well, first of all, let me say that I am reducing the things that I do and take to a party and just producing pure Mary Kay, the absolute pure process that we do. We're a skincare company and we're looking for skincare customers, and we're all in for skincare. So I am only doing skincare parties, no color, and I've released myself. I'm feeling obligated to have things in my bag just in case. Because of course I have all kinds of samples open, and I can do all kinds of color appointments. I'm very trained, I'm very flexible, but I want my business to focus on skincare. So if that's what I come prepared to do, then I will execute better, because less things to fumble with and look at and be tempted by means less distractions, and I can really focus on the few things that I want to do, because I want the party to be simple, quick, and fun. Simple, quick, and fun. Well, it may not be quick, but it might be simple, easy, and fun. It's a simple process, easy to execute, and it's fun. Not a lot of things to do. So for that reason, there are things that you will not find in my roll-up bag. So let's get started. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's hold up. This is my roll-up bag, 4 pockets. I'm going to try to take you through what's in each pocket. The Miracle set is in the top pocket. That is the 2 cleansers, the 2 moisturizers, the day solution, and the night solution. And that is it. So 2 cleansers, 2 moisturizers, 1 day and 1 night in the top pocket. The second pocket has the other skincare or other basic products that I need to make the Ultimate Miracle set. So in this pocket, I do have the microdermabrasion of steps 1 and 2. Microdermabrasion steps 1 and 2. I also have the firming eye cream, and I have in here satin lips, which is a treat for the guests as we're getting ready to start, to keep their attention. You know, I don't want them going down the hall to look at her furniture or to go out back and look at her garden. I want them to stay connected to me and busy with me while we're doing the setup. So I have that as a tool, a little pampering treat for the guests while we're in the setup stages and preparing to get started. And then I do have oil-free eye makeup remover in here if they need to take off lipstick, because we're going to do satin lips and they're going to finish with lip balm. So if they have on lipstick, I'm going to remove that. Lip gloss or lipstick, we're going to remove it with the eye makeup remover, but we're not taking off eyeshadow, okay? And then lastly in here, I also have, for show purposes, just to explain and show and romance, I do have the Skin Degrade brush. And I will demonstrate that on the back of the hand just for them to see it in action. So I will show that, and they can feel it if they like, but that is to romance because I want them to want one. So, and I just keep the little head off of it so it just doesn't get smushed in one particular corner. It can roll around in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these back, and let me show you what's in my next pocket. This is really new for me. Okay, the next pocket in my roll-up bag, right here, this is the Miracle set. This is what makes the Ultimate Miracle set and the other things I just mentioned. Now, here are my CC creams. Yes, I am shifting gears, and my first appointment with women, when a woman books a skincare party with me, I'm going to do skincare, a skincare party, and we are going to learn about CC cream as the first foundation option for them, and all the guests are going to try CC cream. When a woman from the party who shops with me and books, perhaps she did shop for her CC cream, or maybe she didn't purchase it because she just maybe bought her miracle set. At the second appointment, if she didn't buy the CC cream, we're going to use CC cream on her again. And all of her guests who are new to me for that first appointment are going to get CC cream. I am, however, equipped in my starter kit to do a second formulation, either the liquid foundation, or I can do the mineral powder foundation as a second appointment to do the professional foundation match with just the hostess. And I would do the match prior to her guest arriving while I'm setting up. And then during the party, if she's already a CC cream customer because she purchased it at the last party she attended, then I'd let all the guests know that tonight, just like the hostess did last time, they're trying the CC cream. And our hostess now is going to layer over that, or instead of that, she's going to use mineral powder or use liquid foundation, either matte or luminous, or perhaps she's still using the CC cream because she didn't purchase it last time. But I save the professional foundation match for a hostess only incentive, and it's done at her second appointment when I go to her and she shares it with friends. If she does not book a second appointment to be shared with friends, that second appointment is going to be a guest to an event I'm holding, like a success meeting, or maybe once a month in my home, like Saturday morning. So I'm not going to run around the world doing second facials on customers who purchase a skincare but don't want to share me with their friends, because my time is really going to be reserved for parties on my calendar. Okay, so in this pocket, besides the CC cream, and I just have them labeled like a LM, light to medium, or a VD, very deep. I just have a label to help me read the names, and I'm very careful to keep them cleaned out so they don't get messy inside under the cap. Okay, other things I'm going to carry in here. I do have some little cups. I use these for mineral powder, so this is just where I carry them and keep them handy for if I'm going to do a mineral powder match with my hostess. And then also in here, just as backup, I just have a couple of strips of lip glosses. Something special for just the hostess. It's a little different than everybody else at the party. You know, we want her to feel special. And I do have some bronzer as well, just a compacted bronzer that I demonstrate with a cotton pad. And this is just, again, for the hostess also. So just a little bronzer. And that is all the color I'm taking. Can you believe that? Oh, my goodness. I used to be a pack rat. I used to take it all because I loved it all. And, you know, when you love it all, you want to show it all. And when you show it all, it takes too long. When it takes too long, it's hard to get people to book again. Lesson learned. So learn from my experience, and don't have to experience it for yourself to find out that's the truth. Okay, so let's also talk about the fourth pocket. Now for me, the fourth pocket, I just prefer to carry mineral powder. These are the first 7 shades from the lightest to the deepest beige. So I have Ivory 0.5, Ivory 1, then I have beige, Ivory 2, you know, I can't think of all the colors right now. So all the ivories and beiges through beige 2. And then I have all the bronze colors, so there's 5 more that won't fit in this pouch. There's 5 more, and those are in my starter kit. I'll show you where. And there's a little foundation tool in here from the company, and I have a little spoon and a little bit of, I have a little spoon, and I also have a foundation primer, and that's just for working with a hostess at a second foundation match because she's already booked with me once. So this is my roll-up bag. Okay, this is how it looks, and that goes in with me to my appointment. And I'm going to put it together and then set it aside. I'm going to show you what else is here. Okay, now, when I get to the party, I'm going to set up, and I have two stations to set up. I have my workstation. That's the first one, the workstation. That's where the table, you know, where the table, well, I actually have 3 stations. I have the workstation where all my supplies go, like my roll-up bag and all the materials in here. Then I have the table, the workspace, where all the guests are going to do their makeovers. That's the second spot. And the third spot is I'm going to have a individual checkout area, the individual consultation area in her furniture setting area off to the side, not at the table, but maybe in the living room or the dining room or the great room. And this will be away from the table, just out of earshot, but not out of sight. Okay, so those are 3 sections. Now, I'm going to open up my bag and show you how I set up for a party. So I'm going to cut my head off here for a moment as a stand up, but I'll sit back down so you can see me. So let me get it opened up for you. Okay, so at the party, I'm gonna disassemble this. I'm gonna take the caddy out. Aha, here we go, here's my caddy. So now I have a bag to take to my individual consultation area. This bag is going to have inside my money bag and my date book and some extra lookbooks or literature. Could have other team building, hostess packets, anything else that goes in on this side. So that is all that's in this bag, and this will be set over in my individual consultation area, so it won't be at the table. So I'm going to move that and go set that where I'm having my individual consultations. And now what I have is everything I'm going to work with at the party. So this is my tote, this is my bag, and let me show you what all's in here. Okay, I have on the top, these are, and these will go well on the top because they mush down well. These are your disposable facial cloths. If they're in the top, on top last, you can smush them down easily for the bag to zip close. I have it here, just throw on top again because it's a last, and these get consumed and used at the party, so they don't have a place to stay in the bag because these get used up. These are my treat bags to my guests coming to the party. My business card, a piece of chocolate, maybe a satin hand sampler, a couple eyeshadows, a candy, a lip gloss, just a little treat bag tied with a ribbon. I have one of these for each guest. So again, they just lay in the top as I'm traveling to the party because they're going to be pulled out, set over at the individual consultation area. So they'll be left with my other tote, the other larger part of the bag, and they'll be given out to the guests during the individual consultation as a gift to them for coming. Okay, so now I've removed my facial cloth, and I'm going to start setting up for the party. So things I'm going to use, first of all, here is just in a manila folder to keep them organized. These are my profile cards. So they stay in a manila envelope so they don't get loose and all bent up, and they just stand in this little outside pocket. It says Mary Kay here. There's a wider pocket and two skinnier pockets, so I just stand those up right there, and they ride well and they never get crunched or wrinkled, so I like that system. This is a small pocket that I put in a little zip bag. I just found a zip bag somewhere, and these are my ink pens. And maybe you could just drop the ink pens straight in there and put them all in there, maybe rubber band them together, but you can find a little bag to put them in, but just about 8 ink pens, I guess, something like that, and they go right in here. And then I have a little bit of water for me, and I don't even, there we go, it's not even a cap on it, it's just tap water, and this helps me to spritz fingertips and spritz washcloths. It's just an extra handy little tool to have on hand. I also, okay, so that's what you see on the outside, and as I start to unpack, let me tell you what things I'm going to pull out and why and how this gets organized. Okay, I have a little folded paper bag. This is a little gift bag. You can buy little gift bags all over the place. So I bought a little bundle of them. I think I got them at Tuesday Morning or Michael's or somewhere. And I've already folded down the tissue paper that belongs in it that will be fluffed up. So here's the tissue paper, and I just keep it, I let it travel like this so it stays nice and neat. And this will be my hostess gift when I present a gift to my hostess at the beginning of the party. Like, let's say, for example, I was bringing her hand cream, and when I get there and I'm setting up, I would quickly assemble this, wrap it in the tissue, make the tissue puff up, and then set it out on the table. So this would be my hostess gift, but it travels in my bag, not assembled, so it doesn't look crunched or smushed in any way. So this would be assembled, and then it would be ready to go and set out on the table. And it doesn't say anything on there. My hostess doesn't know what it's for. I've just set it there, and she doesn't know it's for gift. Okay. Now, then I'm going to start pulling out the things that I need. So one of the things, I'm going to turn the bag around and show you one of the first things that I pull out. I pull out some placemats. And I purchased some vinyl placemats. There we go. Just some vinyl placemats at Walmart. You can see how shiny they are. They're vinyl. And they have a little pattern. Actually, Christmas is a poinsettia, but they don't look too Christmassy. And so I use them. It's kind of a nubby side and then a smoother side on the back. Yeah, smooth side. And I use the smooth side up. So when they use an ink pen as they're writing, they're not writing on this nubbier side with all the texture. So I just cut these in half because they were too big to fit in my starter kit, but they're plenty big for the actual place at the table. So you can see right here what this there we go, what this looks like. And so I go ahead and set my placemats all around the table, wherever the guests are going to be sitting. And then I can open up the mirror tray. I've got a little tray map in here just to help the customers know what products they're using. And then I can set this up, and this would go right on here. So if it was at the edge of the table where she's sitting, here you go. You can see it'll be right at the edge of the table. And then I'm going to set out an ink pen and a profile card. So she's going to have an ink pen, and she's going to have a profile card. And the profile card is probably going to go right here, and the trays will be back a little bit, because the first thing she's going to have to do is fill out this profile card. So it looks like that. Okay, so but that's the stations, and I've set those up. And there's no clear tray in here. I've not set the clear insert in here, because I'm going to keep those with me where I have my demos opened up, where I'm using the tubes to fill the trays. So I can go ahead and set these places all around the table, but not the clear insert, because where I'm working in my workstation with the product, I'm going to fill the clear tray for the customer, and then come when it's all done, then just set it here. Okay, because I'm not walking around the table squirting in trays. The clear inserts stay with me by the products. Alrighty, so I'll move that aside, but that's how I set up all the stations. And so also the things that I have that I brought along are, here are my clear inserts. So this is one of the mesh bags from the kit. So I just have a stack of about 15 or 20 or so, and I'll pull those out, and they will stay with me at my workstation where I'm filling the trays. I also am going to pull out the lookbook. Now I've had beauty books. Over my career, I've had a love-hate relationship with the beauty books, to be honest with you. Use them, haven't used them, use them, haven't used them. Well, guess what? I'm back in love. I love this little book because I want to look as professional as possible. And this book does a whole lot to sell my customers on the power of a professional skincare program. There's so much good information in here, and we look so professional. I love using this book. It keeps us right on task. Everybody turns their page, and everything in here is just focused on skincare. So it just magnifies and just brings home the point that this is a skincare party, and skincare is all we're up to tonight. So I love this little beauty book. So I have a pouch, a zip pouch with about 8 or 10 of them in there, and I'll pull that out and I'll make a little stack for me at my workstation. I don't set it at the table. It doesn't go at the station. I don't want them to pick it up and start flipping through it before it's time for us to go through it together. So I keep those aside, and I will hand them out when it's ready to open them and start reading them. Okay? So you've seen these two inserts. Can you see where I'm reaching? Oh, let me show you also, because when the starter kit comes, when this bag comes, let me just kind of get over here a little bit for you so you can see this. Okay, let's see. I have put the dividers. They're dividers that are Velcro. Do you see this little bit of Velcro right here? When you get this bag, these dividers, I don't think they're set anywhere in particular. You get to put them in. So I set them at the very far edge of there's a Velcro strip right here, and I make them set out as wide as possible, evenly, and I put three mirrors. Here we are. I put 3 mirrors on this side and 3 mirrors on this side. You might only have 2 and 2 as a new beauty consultant, but when you place your initial inventory, you should get more of those when you are qualified. So it's great to have 6 mirrors, and that's what I have with me. And over the years, I've accumulated a lot of other mirrors, so I have more than 6 in my possession. So I just keep an extra few in a little extra tote bag in the back of my car if I ever thought I needed any more. But I really highly recommend that you don't ever want to do more than 6 people at the table, because it just adds to time, and it adds to energy, and it adds to confusion, and it lowers your sales typically when you have more there, because they don't get as much attention. So I don't recommend you have more than 6 there. Okay. Now, the other things that I'm going to pull out of this bag are, let's see here. If anybody has any lipstick on, I can use some cotton pads. I've got some cotton pads in here. You could have little towelettes cut up. You don't have to give a woman a full size one of these just to take off the lipstick. So you could cut these in half and you could have them in a little pouch like this. And I've got other things in here for other reasons. I've got a few extra lip glosses and mascara wands and things like that. But I don't have any mascara on me. So I just have all my applicators in one place when I might need them for another type of appointment. They're all in here. Okay. Now I also have in here, I'm going to also have another little bag out on the very end. Remember, I'm setting up for my party. Oh, if I'm setting up for my party, I should probably just pull a few of these out and set them aside. If I'm going to have 4 guests there, I'll have 4 washcloths, so then that can go back in the bottom of the bag. And then my ink pens, I'm done with those. If I pull one out for each person. Okay, let's see. So now, what do I want to pull out next? Oh, I want to pull out my display. So I have a good housekeeping sign that I like to put out. I just printed that off the internet. And then I set up a little display for my miracle set. And you can buy any kind of tray with a little mirror, or you can get any kind of cute little tray at Michael's or a craft shop. This happens to be a little table I can assemble. But what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of elevation on my miracle set because my miracle set is going to be my feature for the party. So I like to give it a little prominence by putting on display. So for example, once I have filled all the trays, then when the party starts, I'm just going to have my miracle set right here, giving it a position of prominence on the table. So guests see that this is the feature, this is what's most important. This is displayed like in a beautiful store, and this is why I have a little stand for it to give it prominence. And then what I'll do with the other products, I will put out the rest of the Ultimate Miracle set beside it. Okay, hold on, let me move this. There we go. Okay, actually, you can't see it hanging there, so let me put it here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, if I'm making my display at my party, at the table, I would just put it out with a Good Housekeeping sign, and then I would put out my microdermabrasion and then my firming eye cream. So I'm just featuring, this would be the centerpiece on my table, so guests know that here is a product of prominence, our miracle set. Some of them all fall in love with it and feel like their face is going to fall off without it. And I want them to be sold on at least a miracle set. I would rather sell 4 miracle sets than 4 sets of everything, because if I sell 4 miracle sets, then I'm going to schedule these ladies back to get more product that they don't have to pay for, because we're going to use the hostess program and get product for free. And I will schedule them for their foundation match and for them to get free product. So I really want to focus on skincare customers. Plus, I can get my party done quicker if all I do is these products right here, and then I'm done, and then can start closing out. So the party that's quick is the part that's easy to rebook for a future when they want to do it again because it was fun. It didn't take very long. So there's my display, and of course you see this is my setup for my guests at the table. There we go. So let me just do this. Okay, so this is what it would look like at my table. Okay, I'd have one of these for each guest, and this would be my centerpiece. I'd also have my hostess gift right here. I'd have my hostess gift. I'll put that right here. Okay, and then let me just show you what's in here, and then I'm going to move it out of the way because this does not stay on the table where the makeovers happen. This is like behind me on a kitchen counter, or maybe on a TV tray, or it might be on a kitchen bar top nearby where the table is. So this is not, this is my work, these are my work supplies. They're not on the table where the table we're already working at is going to be pretty. Okay, a couple of things that I do bring along is I bring along another little bag. And I love the size of this, and these aren't current bags. This is looking pretty dinged up, but I love the size of this, and you can buy it, you can get a little big bag somewhere to Michael's or somewhere, but I love the size of this. It's small enough to put right here. You see where it came from? It was right here on the side of my starter kit bag. There we go. And of course, I kept the handle in so it doesn't get caught in the zipper. But there, this bag, I pull it out, and this is what I'm going to use to operate my drawings. I have drawings for tickets at my party, and the tickets are just going to pull out where the mirrors are at the other end. Here we go. Here's my tickets. I fold them in accordion style back and forth, the size of 3 tickets back and forth. So if I take the clip off of this, these came off of a roll. And now you can see, oops, there we go. Here we go. So it's just a roll of tickets, and I fold them back and forth like 3s. And then I just put a clip on them to hold them tight. And they are the size of the bag. So in packing and organizing, they are the size. That's why they're folded in 3s, so they can fit and they can travel right here in my starter kit bag, and very easy to travel with. And so I'm going to keep this bag open, and let me put it back here. You can see that. There you go. And then I'm going to keep my tickets. I'm going to take the clip off of them. I'm going to put them right here in my pocket. And I can always have a strip of 3 hanging out like that. And so now I've got my tickets where I can work with my tickets. Kind of see, wow, look at that. I can just pull them out, and I can have my tickets that I can use at my party, because I want to give away lots of tickets at my party, but make it simple and easy and not confusing, because when they're winning tickets, they're winning things, and they're going in the drawing for a prize. And so I'm going to draw the ticket, and they're duplicate tickets, so they have the same number of side by side. So they keep one, and one goes in here. So as they win tickets, I keep one that goes in this bag, and they keep the others by their seat. And then at the end, when I draw one, I call the number, and they can look at the numbers on their tickets to see who has the winning ticket. Okay. Okay, and then in the middle of my bag, just so you know what else I'm carrying, these are my liquid foundations. So I don't know if your starter kit came with liquid foundations or mineral powders. These are my liquids. I have both. I mean, over the years, doing as much business as I've done and knowing how many women, there are many women who want mineral and many women who want liquid, so I am prepared to do both. So I mentioned that I had my mineral powders in my roll-up bag in the bottom zipper pocket, and that was all the ivory and beige shades. And here are my 5 bronzes in one of the netted bags. There just wasn't enough room in the roll-up bag to carry them all. I personally do more fair skin than darker skin, so the ones I use the most are the ones that are handiest. So if I did more dark skin faces than fair skin faces, I would have all the darkest colors, and I put the very fair light shade that I don't use often, I put them in the bottom of my starter kit bag. So this was laying down in the bottom of this middle section. And you'll see for all of my mineral powders, I put a label on them. I just typed it up and cut it out and taped it on with tape. I put the name of the shade, and I also put the shade on the side. I don't know if I can show you without taking one out. Let's see if I can do that. Here we go. I also put the shade on the side. Here we go. Because the name is down here, but it is so little and teeny weeny, it's hard to read. So I know that I've got the name on the side and the name on the lid. Ooh, there we go. So at any time, I can know exactly what that color is. I haven't turned upside down to read the shade name. So I labeled my jars that way. Okay, and so here we go. These are my mineral powders, and again, they were laying in the middle. Also down in here, I have another netted bag with 5 water bottles. Here we go, 5. And they've got some water in them. They're not even half full. Let's see if I can get it closer. There we go. There we go. Can you see that? There's water in them, but it's only like a 1/4 full, because a lot of water makes it heavier. They're 4 times as heavy if you have 4 times as much water in them. So I just have water like in the very bottom third of the bottle, and this goes by their place. As a matter of fact, in setting up a station for each guest, I would also set a water bottle right here. okay, and setting up. So that when it comes time to do her skincare, she needs to work that cleanser with some water. So she can spray, she can have water access right there. I don't want people having to get up, and this just makes it a little easier. So I'd have these set by every station if I have 4 people, and they're just different colors. I bought them at Walmart, I'm sure. They were like $1 a piece, where you buy travel toothpaste and travel deodorant. They're in travel toothpaste holder, toothbrush caps and travel toothpaste, just in that section of the drugstore in Walmart or some other big superstore. And I just carry, there's 5 here, and I've got 1 more, as you saw on this bag. So I actually have 6 with me. So I'm pretty prepared there. And then also, well, let me get this organized. Let me put this back. This is what's on the bottom. There's nothing else down in there. It's empty. So that's the first thing down. This is the second thing down, the water bottles. And then lastly, I have another zip bag, and this is all my brushes. So if you got a starter kit that has mineral powders, and you've got, I think, 6 brushes perhaps. And so these are my brushes. They're all put in. I have worn out the little pouch it came in. So once you get beyond that pouch, it doesn't look so good anymore. I just put I'm doing little sandwich baggies. I don't zip them. I just, they're not zipped because I like air to get in there, and I want to be sealed. I want them to have a little air. And then, of course, this bag is netted so their air comes through there. But I've got, also got probably in here a few liquid brushes too, because I'm a real fan of using the liquid foundation brush with liquid. So you can see there's a longer brush right there. That's one of my liquid foundation brushes. There's another one. And I've got my reorder label on them. So that's what you're seeing here. I've labeled my brushes with a demo sticker, and then also my reorder label. So they're mine and they know they're demo, so it makes it easier for me to keep up with them. So they're all labeled, and I just did that one weekend. I just made little labels on a label machine and then put them all on there. Okay, so those are my brushes, and they're just always with me, so whenever I need one for a hostess getting a foundation match, I can work with her there. So that's what's down in the bottom. And then this bag, which comes from MK Connections. Along the way, I bought this bag. This organizes my liquid foundations, or you could use more of these netted zippered bags if you like. But this bag, I just happen to love it. I've used it for years, and it always keeps me very organized. How I open it is I open it like a book. Like if I'm reading a book, this is the spine of the book. And then I open it like this. And so what I have here are 4 pouches, and they're on a binder. So I've got 1 pouch, 2 pouch, 3 pouch, 4 pouch. And so how I've organized them is I have my ivory foundations, my lighter beiges, my darker beiges, and my bronzes. And I either have demo tubes or I have packets. The packets you can buy for $1. I have every color that we make of liquid in luminous and matte wear in here, either in a full-size tube or in packets, because I don't have every tube open, but I've got the more popular ones. And then I have the strips, the foundation packets of the colors I don't have tubes of. So I have every color imaginable in here, and I even printed up from InTouch a little conversion chart that matches all the colors, which tells me across the shade range if there's this color mineral powder, what color would they be in the liquid, and then what color would they use of concealer and other accessories. So I just love this bag, and I just love it. So I carry my foundations in it. There we go. So I've given you a tour of my whole caddy, and now I have this right here. This is a school folder. This is just a school folder. Do you see it's a school folder? But it's kind of a stiff school folder. So I keep my paperwork in here. So I just reach in, and these are my handouts. These are my set sheets. I'll go over that with you as well. But this is how I sell the product at the end. I have these ready, and they stay in here so they never get dinged up or crinkled or folded over or messy looking. They get protected inside of this. I have some literature about the starter kit and about glow and tell and just different things in here, but anything that's paper related, I put in here. I even carry, just so you know that I don't know it all, I also carry, if I need help with a product, like I'll carry a few of these product fact sheets, like I'm don't always remember all the benefits of the CC cream, so I carry this with me, and that way I can tell everybody about the product. I can't remember some of the facts about it. So I'm going to put that right back in here. It belongs in this folder, actually, so it stays nice and straight. And I do have a Time-Wise Repair backup emergency sample in here if I think she really, really wants to try it, and that would best meet somebody's needs. That's in there as well. Okay, and then I've got all my placemats right here, so I am all organized. See those right there, my placemats? I got about 8 of them, 4 that I cut in half. Okay, so that is my caddy. So let me move it off the table, and then let me see what else I want to show you. Okay, let's see. There we go. So this would be my table. If I had 3 of these around the table, one, I'd have like my 3 guests. I'd have one here, and I'd have one down here, and I'm gonna have somebody over there. So I've got these stations, and I have my beautiful display, and I have my tickets. Sometimes what I do, I keep falling out of the screen. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go ahead and tear off about 20 of these tickets, and I'll just have them on the table by the bag. Other times they stay in my pocket. And then I have my hostess gift right here. And then that's what I use. And then sometimes I'll have notes. Let me grab them. Sometimes I'll have a little half sheet or a note card with just some notes on it on just what to do and how to stay organized. And if I have that with me, I'll either have it folded in my pocket or I'll have it where I'm standing for the party. And then a lot of times what I do also, I put my phone on vibrate. But when I get there, when I arrive, I put my phone on vibrate, and then I keep it handy for a clock. I have a clock at the top, and I will just have it handy. It'll go black. It'll have a black screen, and it won't ring, but I can have it over by my station where I'm standing. So if I'm standing over here, it's on the table with me, and then I can just touch it, and I can see the time to keep me on track so that I am mindful. Or if you're good with a watch, I've gotten to the place where I don't typically wear a watch, but I always have my phone with me. And if I'm not wearing a watch, I don't want to be up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So I always just keep my phone out to where I can see it so I can quickly touch it and know the time to keep me on track. Okay, so that looks like my display and how I set up for my party. And then I, squirt out of these real bottles to fill the trays. And then when I do a foundation match, I pull out my CC creams, and I'll have them just lined up on the table and until I get everybody striped. And once I get everybody striped and I know what shade they are, then I'll pump the product out on the tray in the foundation well, and then I put them all away, just off the table. I'm not handling them anymore. Try to keep my table minimalist, not a whole bunch of stuff going on. Don't want to be looking confusing. And so that's basically what you see right here. And then I'll have these washcloths with me when it's time to go rinse them out, get them hot rather. And so I have a very minimalist table. And then I sometimes have a cat who will want to come and play with my things. So I hope that is helpful. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will probably make another video on other pieces, but I just want to make sure you have the skills and the equipment and the visual lesson so you can feel good about getting your party procedures in place and your setup. Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for joining me on this video. And if you have any needs for any supplies or any questions about anything on this video, just text me and I'll make sure I clarify anything that you need to know more about, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.